Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Cancer. The Sun and Pluto both have moved into Aquarius, and Aquarius is giving the light to the moon, which is in your sign, and so this combination exists only once a year. But if we include the other planets, right, this moment exists only once in your life. And Pluto and Uranus are generational planets, right? They influence a whole generation, and that Pluto is in Aquarius right now, and Uranus, who is the new beginning, right? Both of them are now giving the light to the moon, and the moon is the subconscious, are your feelings, and so you are called to look deeper into how you work with the love that you want to give, because you are the fourth house of home and family, right? So it affects your family, what is happening here. It affects first and foremost you, because you are the one that is giving the care to the people, right? Cancer is always the one that is looking out for others first and foremost, and then maybe she's realizing, oh, wait a minute, I have to take care of myself as well. And so Aquarius is bringing you the hope, bringing you here Apollo that is sitting in front of the Taj Mahal with his firefly wings, and bringing to you the star. And the Sun is a dwarf star, so right now we have here Sun in Aquarius, and through that Pluto and Uranus influencing you. The yoga position for Aquarius, I have side plank. We stretch ourselves out like a star, and here the number 8, when we calculate the 17 together, we get then the star itself as the strength that we can bring to people. And here we have Ashvasanchalan Asana, the horse pose, right? And we become ourselves the horse that pulls the chariot out into the emotional success. Now when I calculate together, then I can see here the 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune, or the 1 of the Magician, and the 7, which is then connected to you as the 7th chakra, the emotional intelligence that we can bring to the world by understanding ourselves on a very deep level. Then here in Aleister Crowley's tarot, you can see she's the healer. She is water and water, and you are the Queen of Cups. Is your birthday between June 10th and July 12th, then is this your court card? If not, please look in the description below. I have listed all the dates of the court cards. I have listed all the cards that I'm using on their position, because I'm using the major arcana path, right, to bring you the reading. Back to the last reading, you had Capricorn Sun giving your Cancer full moon the light. And the message is, when a curse is uplifted through the power of love, ... And so you are now going back left, and it's not easy. After going to the right, after going out into the full moon, into showing yourself, you are now going back in. And that first reading after the full moon of this, yes, look at me, here I am. It's not easy to all of a sudden be like, okay, now I'm gonna go back. Though it's slowly, right? But going back to the left means that you are ready to actually be with yourself, because that's when you get Sun and New Moon both in your sign. Good. So since Aquarius is influencing us through Uranus, I am giving Uranus a different deck than the Fool, because the Fool is also connected with Uranus, right? And usually I have the Visconti Sforza Tarot there because it's one of the oldest intact deck available, right? Or that still exists from the 15th century. But those cards are reconstructed. Now, I bought the Gary Yale Visconti deck, and you see now these are photographs of the really old ones. And why I'm using here for Uranus again the Visconti Sforza Tarot is because in this deck all the court cards are masculine and feminine, even the pages. So I found that very interesting that in this Visconti Sforza we don't have that. We only have the king, the queen, the knight, and the pages. And here in this one, we have for the king a male and a female, for the queen a male and a female, etc. So I want to see what this old deck is wanting to tell you through Uranus, that is giving you the light from Aquarius. And you see they're really old. They're really like not reconstructed. They left them old. And guess what? The Queen of Cups is coming. You are coming. Look at that. Uranus is saying you. It's all about you. This reading, really concentrate on yourself. Begin new. A new beginning in the way you are seeing yourself. A new way of looking at yourself. Of recognizing that you are this beautiful healer. And that you can now go out into the world, that you can go out back to yourself. It's that sign that's saying, yes, now we're going back in, because the next card on the position of the Fool, we get the Ace of Swords, and that's very clearly Uranus, Aquarius. The sword, the thoughts are influencing you now. And you see how they are more new and recreated. Meanwhile, they are really old. And it's very interesting. A lot of people would maybe rather do here like a very modern, a very eclectic card, which I have, by the way, on the position of the Earth. And the Earth, I have the latest deck from 2023. I have a very modern eclectic deck, right? But here I think what fascinated me the most is that all court cards are feminine and masculine, and that's exactly what Aquarius is bringing to us, right? You would think this is a woman, but it's Apollo. It's a masculine energy. And the star has no feminine or masculine energy to it, except in the German language, right? We say der Stern, the masculine star, right? But in the English language, it's neutral. And so you getting a clear thought from the Fool, from that state of consciousness that says, well, what I'm gonna do? Right, when now here Uranus is bringing me the Queen of Cups, what am I going to do? And she's looking over into this card and she's recognizing, oh my God, I have to do something, I have to become the healer. I have to become someone that is actually now leading the people into a clear thought, into meditation maybe, because we are going to get a huge download of thoughts when Pluto is now in Aquarius, because it's like that mystical side comes through the mind. More and more clairvoyancy, more and more people who are literally maybe getting an entity talking through them is going to become the norm. It's going to become normal. And it's not anything anymore that we have to hide, right? Because Pluto was for 15 years in Capricorn. And Capricorn is the goat. Capricorn is that these people were successful with their message, right? It's kind of like, well, look at me. I am a channeler. I can bring you the information, but now everybody can get that information because the star is up in the sky and the star shines for all. And so the message is strong, is quite clear already, right? So I get that feeling that you are beginning to understand, that you see these new thoughts coming and that you are doing something with them, that you are actually creating then on the position of the magician the way of the beauty, right? Or the beauty way. The 4, which is a stability, and also the emperor, plus the 1 is the 5, and the 5 is the high priest, is the Hierophant, is Taurus. Bring it down to earth in a beautiful way, right? Bring it down, even though she's going up. And here we have the firefly going up to the star, to Aquarius, up into the air sign. Pluto's going to be in an air sign. Pluto was in an earth sign. And from the earth, we liberate ourselves. And we're going up and we fly. And I feel that now the time to fly, right, where we don't drive somewhere, but we fly somewhere, is coming more and more, right? Not the airplane flying, really the here in the street flying. And so there is that beauty way, right? That's saying, okay, the 5 together here, we get then the 5 senses that are being through the air. 4 is the air, is the heart chakra being uplifted, right? And I wanted to see, of course, why you get the beauty way, and you got the 7 of discs. And the 7 of discs, when it's upright, she's pregnant, the melons are here, and she's literally like this fertile woman. She has created all the richness, but she's reversed, and in reverse it's almost like there's something in you that stays a little stuck. Maybe you are pregnant, right? Because the 7 is directly connected with the 7 of the Chariot, and so you get a 7-7 portal. But the 5 and the 7 is the 12. 12 is the hanged man, and the baby comes out, right, like a hanged man. And so the 12 as that diving also into the earth while you also go up. It's maybe the message here, right? Allow now the idea, the fertility, that healing to give birth, right? The same way the sword is pointing down. And so you are giving birth to a new beautiful way, right? I think that's what it is. And then the 3 is left. The 3 is the Empress. The 3 is the one that is connected with Venus and with this beauty that we can actually bring to the people, right? The beauty, the love. That's what Venus does. And so the 7 of Pentacles is connected with Saturn in Taurus. And you had the 5 here, the Taurus appearing, right? And then the Saturn is connected with the Earth, is connected with Capricorn, Saturn is over. So maybe that's why it's reversed, right? It's finished. Saturn in Taurus, it's kind of like, well, Saturn, the borders and the lessons in a way are finished, because the beauty way is now pushing us to actually accept this change that is happening. Then on the position of the High Priestess, you get the Knight of Cups. That's a Pisces. And Pisces is the 12th house of spirituality and art. And so you see how he is actually going to the left. He is like inspired through the beauty way to go and help you, because he's a water sign like you, to help you to go deeper within, to find now your mission, to find that you want to do things in a beautiful way. And so the 12, which is also then a little bit the Hanged Man, right? You allow yourself to arrive, but also to fly. And the 12 and the 2 is the 14, which is Temperance, which is coming into an equilibrium, right? Emotionally and physically, so that your soul is like finally arriving here as a healer. And the 14 turns again into a 5, right? And so we have here then the 5-5 with the Magician and the Beauty Way. But also remember, we had the 7, which then became the 12, then is a 12-12 portal, and then a 3-3 portal. You see, with the numbers, it's like amazing. I really love it because they don't lie. They're really like precise, right? And so the pictures are there to fulfill the story a little bit more with, you know, the flowers and the animals, etc. So it's not so dry, right? Because numbers just by itself is a little like, okay, not so exciting. But you see that Pisces is helping you. Then on the position of the Empress comes the World. And the 21 plus the 3 is the 24. And the 24, we have 20, the calling, the last judgment, the calling to be now for Earth an inspiration, because we have Aquarius here in the corner and opposite Leo. And we have Taurus here in the corner and opposite Scorpio. These are the fixed signs, right, that help us to ground things here, right? And so the 24, the 20, the calling is that you're going into the world and bringing the path of love, bringing the love that you have, right? The Holy Grail, bringing that to the people. And to calculate it together, we get the 6, a self-love that appears, and you give birth to so many more ideas here on planet Earth, because the Empress is connected with Venus, right? And Venus is then, of course, the beauty way, which came here very clearly, but the 4 is the Emperor, and the Emperor is Aries. And so Aries, be careful, because sometimes Aries wants to fight. Aries wants to push things. Aries is Aries, right? So the 6 appears here on the position of the Empress, a self-love, right? Because you listened here to the Knight, right? Because this is your intuition, and it's important that you're listening to your intuition. Then on the position of the Chariot, Cancer, comes the Knight of Pentacles, which is a Virgo. Virgo is the 6th sign of health, but also routine. And so find a routine deep within you, because you have the 6 and you are the 7, which is then the 13. A big transformation will come in your health, in the way you see health, in the way you act, right? In everyday chores and things that we have to do. And you bring love into that, right? You're bringing an emotional intelligence now to the way you live healthy, right? Because also Virgo is actually seeing the little details that then in the end make a whole life really worth it, because you can do something only once in your life, but it's not going to have a big effect on you. But if you do it every day, it will affect you, right? It will affect your life. And so the 13 is Scorpio, is the transformation, is here this eagle, and then the 4 appears, and the 4 is again then the beauty way. Do things in a beautiful way, even though it's a chore, even though it's something that you do regularly. You do brush your teeth every day, and you don't think, oh God, I have to brush my teeth. You just brush your teeth. And the same way you can now do something for your health. And so you have the 4 that's left, and here we had the 24, so there is also a 4, and so you can have a look already at this, right? Because you get then 3 times the 4 already. Now there's a lot of wind going on right now, and I have the window a little bit open, and it's pushing, so if you hear anything, it comes from that. Then we have on the position of the Queen of Cups, the Sun. The Sun, of course, the clarity, the 19, right, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Hermit united becomes the 10. The Wheel of Fortune is left, and you, the 4th zodiac sign, or the 4th house of home and family, we have a 14, and the 14 again a 5. So the 5 senses, really important that you understand the 5 senses. The 5 that has come here, the beauty way with the magician, but also I'm just noticing, right, sometimes I just notice things much later. You are here the 4th house of home and family, so there's a 4, then you have the beauty way, then you had the beauty way, which is a 4, and then you had on the world at the 24, there was a 4 in there, and you had here a 4, right? And so the 14 then here, when we calculate you with the 10 is the 14, and the 5 is left. But just remember, right, the 5 senses are here to test us and to work with us, and you're getting a certain clarity right now in the way you want to bring healing out into this world, in the way you want to make the beauty way a beauty way, and in the way you want to inspire the world, right, with your self-love, through the beauty, through the 4, through what you have done for yourself as the Queen of Cups, right, the healer, that beautiful energy that you are. And so we have the 5 left here, and so remember, you can speak about the success that you have achieved for yourself. Then on the position of Aquarius, here in your deck, the star comes the Emperor, the masculine Emperor, and we have the 17 plus the 4 is the 21. The 21 came on the Empress. So the Emperor and the Empress calculated together, we get the 7. We get the 7 that is here in Aquarius, in the star, the 17. But we have the 8. The 8 and the 4 is the 12, the Hanged Man, or Pisces, the Lord of waves and water. And then the 3 is left here, right? So the Empress is talking that the world belongs you if you understand how to work with the masculine energy, how to work with the 4, that is your 4th house of home and family, that is the Cancer energy, that is you as a court card that came up. So you are in a way a 4-4 portal with him, and you can rule this world, because you also got the energy here, the 4, right? You had here the 7 and the 6, which is the 13, and then the 4 is left. So open yourself to the possibility that you can be an emperor, that you can rule, and that's what Aquarius is bringing to you. Allow yourself to see things from a completely new perspective. You are up here, neither masculine, neither feminine. You are Apollo, the sun god, the sun that came to you and says, shine like a star, right? Because the sun is a dwarf star. So shine like a star, and don't inhibit yourself and think that the emperor is negative. No, the emperor is, of course, intense, right? Because he is ruled by Mars, but you can control that because you are a big healer, and that's what's talking here to you. Then on the position of the Moon Oracle, here comes the number 39, the Metox, repairing the body, mind, and spirit. It shows you that the Moon is directly letting you know, take care of yourself, because the 12 appears here again. You have the 9, the Hermit, the 3, the Empress, and these 2 are really taking care of themselves. Go to the sauna, go to the bath, go into the water, heal yourself, because the 18 becomes a 9, and then the 12 becomes a 3, and the 3 and the 9 is the 12, the 3 is left. So the 3 is like saying, yeah, you had here the 3 on the position of the Empress. Take care, then you can take care of the world, otherwise you cannot take care of the world. And you see how he's facing the outer path, but she is facing the inner path. She is recognizing that the Moon is talking here directly in your dreams to you. Take care of yourself, go and take bath and really become emotionally cleansed, because that's where Pisces come in, because she looks like a fish in the bathtub, right? And Pisces was like, yes, in your intuition, you take care of yourself. In your intuition, you are here to be intuitive and healer, right? And bringing the love to the people, because that's what Pisces does. He's a knight. Knights are active, right? Queens are more sitting and loving, and you barely see her here, right, in Aleister Crowley's deck. But the sun came, so we're gonna see you, right? Maybe you see her. Do you see her? With the sun, you will see her. Now we see you, right? Because you will also now be called to be more masculine in your way of dealing with the world, right? Knowing that the world needs people like you. Now I wanted to see what's happening here, and the 7 of Wands came up here. And the 7 of Wands, is, of course, Mars in Leo. And so you have here through the Emperor Mars, right? And that's why you need to cleanse, because if you are taking this part of an emperor onto your back, if you are a leader, if you are someone that leads the world forward, the 7 of Wands is showing to the people that you have the courage to fight, that you have the courage to go out into the world, into that masculine world, into that active world, because Mars in Leo is saying, yes, then you got to show to the people. But you have a 7-7 portal. You have the Pentacles and you have the Wands. The Pentacles are feminine and the Wands are masculine. And so you have here a 7-7 portal, and that 7-7 portal is telling you, yeah, that's why you need to go into the water, because you are needing to prove to the outer world that you are a leader, right? Meanwhile here, you letting go of maybe thinking that you need to, Saturn in Taurus, always prove yourself financially, but you do it in a beauty way, right? In the beautiful way. So it's clear we have here the 3, and the 7 is, of course, a 10. The 10 and the 9 is the 19. 19 becomes the 10. The 10 is here to give you a new cycle is beginning. The 10 is also then here connected with the 1 sword. That one clear thought is coming down and is giving you the information. You don't need to fight anymore. You can now take a bath, right? And allow yourself to really let go. Then on the position of the sun comes here the inner core. And it's almost like, because the sun came up on the position of the Queen of Cups, you learning now to really be connected with the inner core of the sun. And because of that, because of the healing, because of the water, you are liberating yourself. And the number here is the 18, and that's the moon. So through the moon, which is in your sign right now, you are getting the message: go into the inner core of everything, of the sun, which is giving you the light to see deep in your subconscious and your emotions what's going on. And you want to liberate yourself. You want to free yourself. You want to leave the solid energy, right? You want to leave the earth that we think things are fixed here. Things are only in a certain way be able to be manageable, right? And you see here the circle. You see here the 1, the 0, and the 1. It's the language of the computers. And so here, this is clear that the sun then brings you the 9, and the 9 and the 10 is the 19. The 19 becomes the 10 again. But I also wanted to see, so what's happening here, right? Deep within you, and the 5 of Pentacles reverse. And the 5 of Pentacles is connected with Mercury in Taurus. And Mercury in Taurus really clearly is talking to you. You had the 7 of Pentacles, so now you have 12 Pentacles, which is the Hangman. And the Hangman then becomes the 3, the Empress, right? And the 3 is building, the 3 of Pentacles is building something bigger than you. Here you are baking bread, you're getting the necessities done, but it's almost like it's finished, it's over. You don't need to have just the necessities anymore. You can liberate yourself. And the 10 that came up here, plus the 5 is the 15. 15 is Capricorn, which gave you the light in the Cancer full moon. It's your opposite sign. And so 15 then becomes a 6. And so we have a 6-6 portal with the world here, with the Empress. You are liberating yourself. You are showing to the world that you want to do new things. And so you're finding your self-worth in liberation. You're finding your self-worth in the fact that the 6 appears here again, with then the 6 of the world and the Empress, and that you want to bring healing to the people because you have healed yourself. And baking bread is something so beautiful, right? We learned to bake bread again in the time of Corona. All of a sudden everybody was cooking and baking and again doing their own thing. And so there is a liberation in that, right? And there's a self-love in that. And so it's not just like, oh, I don't have enough money. You have enough money to actually find that you can do whatever it is that you want to do. And then on the position of the world here in Aleister Crowley, the universe, we get the 21 and the pages of swords. And that's 3 signs, which is of course Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And so Aquarius is coming here in a young generation to you. The 21 becomes the 3. And there you get the 3-3 portal, because a portal I don't calculate together. And the 33 is saying, well, with the Empress, the 3 and another 2, 3, so 3 times the 3, you find true power in healing this world, finding true power through the 4 fixed signs, and 2 times the 3, right? The 33 is the 33 degrees that the secret brotherhoods used as a step, right, from 0 to 33. So in between there's 11 and 22, but the 33 is literally saying, yes, you are now seeing that the world is yours, that you can overcome lessons and borders, and that you with your mind are now seeing why the Ace of Swords is coming, because the new generation is bringing the new type of thinking down here through Aquarius. New Aquarius babies that are born this month, bringing the new information, bringing the new thoughts and the liberation in it, right? And so that's where you come in, because then you are bringing this new type of thinking as a healing to the people, and you got inspired through the new generation, right? And so they bringing new ideas, new ways of looking at things, a liberation to the solid world that Capricorn brought to us, right? Because it's like, it's Capricorn. And so now Aquarius, Pluto in Aquarius, there's a liberation, there's a freedom, there is like something happening, and you feel that because you're looking here directly at the sword, right? And so this is the ending of the reading, right? The closing of the circle, because everything is cyclical. And then we go next month to the next one. And so I think you understand now clearly what the message is, right? That you bring healing, a deep healing to the people with the help of a Pisces, right? With the help of a Virgo, with the help of an Emperor, and so also with the help of the 3 air signs as a young generation. And so inspire the world, right? Give this world your healing power. We need it very clearly, but also make sure that you cleanse yourself in between once in a while, because it's intense. But you have the sun. The sun brings the clarity in everything you do, and you go deep into the core to heal and to inspire others. Wow. I hope I see you in the next one. That's when the sun goes into Pisces and we get the full moon in Virgo. And it's very interesting. I see right now that they are opposite signs, and that's already the full moon in the next month. And so this is already talking to you, right? But we have now on Thursday the full moon in Leo, and here we have Mars in Leo, and it's gonna be a little bit intense, but hey, I think you can handle it. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.